Senior day. Was it emotional today? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I'd say it was weird. I had more emotions walking into the team room before the game and just watching my team walk in front of me with their uniforms on. And then the rest of the time I was just full of joy. I was just so excited to just get out there and finish.
Now, for you, we've seen you play your entire career, but you're in a zone right now offensively at the plate. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but you're looking really good at the plate. So offensively, how well are you seeing the ball right now?
I guess I'm seeing it pretty well. I mean, I've put in a lot of extra work this past week in the cage and stuff, just hoping that it could come out and support my team because I don't want to peak early. I want to peak at the right time so we can get that ring.
How about defensively for you? You've taken charge out there at third base as well, especially this weekend. It was commanding the softball, huge verbal communication. I know you guys work on that every single day, but defensively, how locked in was this team this weekend?
We looked great, which is hard. Our field is sometimes very temperamental with us, but this week we didn't let the ball play us, and we played the ball, and it worked out.
I think it was funny in the first inning. Everybody, I don't have my box score right now, but all five seniors obviously started, and everyone had a put out in that first. And Dot mentioned that when we talked to her midway through the ball game. But these five seniors and the ride that you guys have been on together, it's coming to an end. Hopefully there's still a lot of softball left, but don't mention everybody, but what's it been like to be with that group the last 4 years?
They're my family. Even Mickey, she joined us late, but it didn't matter. We've held each other up through the rough, through the good times. Like we haven't all started the whole time, but we have put in our own work, and we know how to push our team when and where we need to be. So it's exciting.
How important do you feel it is getting a series win here, heading into the conference tournament?
It's really important. It'll help us in our ranking, which will hopefully, depending on what other people do this weekend, but it is nice to end on a high so that we can just let people know that we're ready now. If we weren't ready back then, we are now. So.
Okay. And after getting I feel like a 3-series, win in every game, what type of confidence do you have heading into, the postseason?
I would say we have confidence, not on like the cocky side, but we are coming into our own, which is really helping us, and it's just going to allow us to be able to like build on what we have and know that we can do it. So.
Okay. And any sort of message do you want to say to your fellow seniors? You guys playing in your last game together at home, I guess.
I love you guys. Thank you for encouraging me to keep working hard no matter the circumstances, and thanks for just playing by my side.
How emotional was it this afternoon?
It was pretty emotional. We start off with those senior presentations, and some of the girls started crying, and, it's just been a good 4 years. It's been great, so it was pretty fun to celebrate that at the beginning of the game for sure.
All five seniors contributing in this game. Chandler with the complete game. You had a couple of hits. What was it like? It's kind of going back in time, seeing all five of you out there on the same field at the same time. So how special was that to have contributions from pretty much everybody today?
Oh, it was really special. We all were hoping, that's how it would end up when we all get out there. And we all have good chemistry together for sure. And we all wanted to put it all out there for each other. So it was really good to see.
And now you get a little time off, time for some finals, and then get ready for the tournament. How geared up is this team for postseason play?
Oh, we're pumped. We've had that goal from the beginning to win Big South. So hopefully going forward, we just put in the hard work and we get out what we have worked for. So.
What you got?
How poised do you feel like your team is to win the Big South with what you guys have and how well you guys are playing right now?
Yeah, we're really versatile and we have a lot of talent. So I feel like when we have the right lineup in place and all that comes together, we have the unity and everything, we're good to go. So I'm ready to win. I know our team is too.
Some of your best softball of the year entering postseason play. Now you get some time off. So this weekend, how big was it to go into postseason play on a high note?
It's big to have all three of these wins, to sweep Gardner-Webb. You always want to have that good feeling as you go into the biggest tournament, of the season, and that's what you gear for. We played some really top-ranked teams this year in the beginning. Going through our conference, we let a few get away from us. But what I'm really excited about is what you mentioned. We're on a high note. Everyone is feeling good. Pitchers are feeling better and more confident. And now it's just a matter of getting finals behind them and then getting out there and really expressing the gifts God's given them in a big way in a tournament and at a big national stage.
You touch on the pitching. 3 different pitchers had wins in this series, and you've talked about needing some others besides Jules to help out. Chase pitched better yesterday, and Chandler today. So on a serious note, the pitching, getting that kind of ironed out, how do you see the weekend and kind of that group moving forward?
It's really important to get Chandler doing what she did today, which is keeping the drop low, keeping the changeup low. When it went a little high, then we had the ball that was hit pretty well. But she only gave up 3 hits, big. Chase, to come in like she did in the previous game that we had last night, had 2 strikeouts when we pulled her in. That's pretty sweet. I think she ended up with 5 strikeouts, but it was really great to see her keeping the ball in the zone as well, and hitting it to a pitcher's zone, not the batter's zone. And Jules has been remarkable. I mean, really, she's a gamer. That's all I can say. She is so loose and just easygoing. And I say, "How are you?" 1 through 10. She goes, 11. Okay, let's go. So it's really good. As you said, you have to have pitching, but you also got to be able to score runs. So I'm really excited to see that we're getting some nice hits, and it would have been great to see more runs. But hey, you got to give some credit to the other pitcher. She kept us down with only one hit. So Darnell, I believe, is her last name. So it's just fun to see it come together.
How emotional was it for you to see the senior class head out on the field for their last home game before the postseason?
Well, I have to say that I started tearing up a little bit, but I realized there's no crying in softball. No, so it's emotional because, I've always been trained to just look ahead. You can't rely on your past, what you did even last inning, when you're playing, and always looking ahead and try to keep the emotions focused. But when you reflect back 3 years later, when we first got here, 2.5 years ago, these were our adopted children, if you would. These were our adopted players, and they have come so far. Just for those of you who have seen the 3 seasons, this being our 3rd season, to see from the first season when we won only 11 games to where we are now, and to see how these players are contributing compared to where they were, it's I feel like a parent, to be able to say they're ready for the real world, but not yet, because we have the Big South Championship tournament and postseason play. But I got very emotional, and to see them emotional as well, you knew how much it meant to them.
Right. And with that conference tournament coming up, how well you guys are playing, how poised do you feel like your team is to try and win this Big South Championship?
I'm really excited to see how the team's going to play when there's no school involved. That's a big difference. As a player, I never got the opportunity to do that because we always had our finals after the College World Series. So to be able to feel free from the burden of those final exams to get those underway, our schedule, I think it's pretty nice to have next week off to accomplish that and to work on individual play as well as team once when the finals are done. So I'm excited, and I would love to say they're going to be pumped and ready to go. I believe in my heart they will. I think that they have played tough competition to know that they can beat any team they're going to face, and it's just they got to do it.